Hello, welcome guys. Today I like to share about my experience with how to do localization in Unreal Engine 5. As a indie game as a solo indie game I just recently created my game Mario Unbound. With the data not quite well, but at least today I'm gonna share with you how I do the localization. And it's relatively simple because in Unreal Engine, basically it just go to the tools in the localization dashboard, and then you have it. For example, I give you an example how I create it. In Unreal Engine 5, basically you do the localization you using F test, not F string. You need to, for example, I create a widget. I create a user widget and just call it WTP hub, and I just made it really simple. Add a overlay, add a test bar. So basically, in Unreal Engine 5, when you see this flag icon, I think it means that you will include the localization. So, hello, welcome. And then in the localization, you basically just pass in again. You can just pass and include in the gather for package, including path window. You basically just pass it and choosing for my purpose, I only choose content window and all the scene like widget and other localization data they will gather from this. And if you have plugin, I also using a plugin to help me do so. I also gather the info. And you can have a exclude path. Maybe I just delete this one. Exclude the path, then you don't want to include any localization. For example, you include in content, then you want to exclude some folder inside the content, you can do so. It's really like the simple Git, I think. And then after that, you just gather tests, and it's gonna take a while if you have lots of tests. You see, currently my project got 17,000, I see. And you gather the tests, waiting it compile, and then you if you want to add a new language, you just add a new language, and then you can just hey. Now I think it's almost done. It's gonna take a while. And then if you you just add a new language, and then I only add like 8 more different languages for my indie game, and it's gonna take a while. How about I just discuss how I do the localization? Then first of all, I using an AI called Olima. Well, it's relatively simple. Run in your local machine. You can just download it in this website and click download, and you can basically just download it. And I using like Gamma 4 or what you pick, whatever you fit your hardware, and just download it. And then I ask AI to create a script, a really simple script inside my localization in this is game tag what will appear in this game, and it's still not compiled yet. Well, it's gonna take a while. And I ask AI to create a Python script. Basically, what it does is just ask what language you want to export currently. Just those folder inside in this, and you using the whole the Olima it provide, and also the model currently are using Gamma 4 E4B is for building parameter model, I think. And then you ask is required to later gather the for example, you can export localization file somehow called .po. Maybe I just cancel it. It just take forever. And if you gather all the information, see, I just added, now it have one didn't compile. You can just, for example, I add a new language, songs, I don't know, I don't recognize any language. You can just add a language in this, and then after you, cause I new add this f test block, then this one is had the localization, and now you can just export the transfer, export the file. You can just override it, and then you will export the file into this. Let me see what is tradition Chinese. I think tradition Chinese. Yeah, then you will update the .bo file. You see it just update. Let me just open it and see what it has. It basically it just like each one has some metadata, like a key, the file location, some Unreal Engine to identical the location, and then so basically is what if you at the very beginning you export the file, is this one is empty, and what AI do it's fill in this message string, and based on this message ID, and for example, like outright you translate this tradition Chinese, yes, and then basically you just export all the file and you make it translate it. Let me give an example. For example, you can need to run the Olima. If you using Windows, it's relatively simple. You just send a message to it, or you can using a terminal to open the Olima. I think this head dot is relatively simple, nothing complicated. And then you go to this folder, go to this localization. I turn on the command command line. Command line, and then let me see. Okay, it's both successfully. Now maybe it's for my hardware purpose. I cannot run this in both Unreal Editor and the model. I think quite limit for me. You just send a message, then you activate the model. Basically, it would load the model in your GPU. Now it load like almost 30 GB stamp in my GPU, and load this in your GPU. After then the Olima local model will respond. Then you can just run the script. You can ask AI to generate for you. Really simple. Just tell them how to create this prompt. It's really simple. I didn't. Well, even though I fine tuning some few time, basically is you look at this PO file format. Yeah, this one. You at the beginning, it's just this one is empty. You told them you're gonna need to keep all the info. You're not gonna override or touch it at all. You only matching this kind of as an entity based on message ID like picker, and you translate to the correspond language, and then write it back. That's simple. And at the beginning, at some time, it has run some issue for me. Like, for example, there are a few of them. I don't know. There's a lot of them. If some of them only got like 1, 2, 3, and then somehow it didn't know how to translate. I run this issue, and then all kind of issue. I only fine tuning a few times, then ask them talk about what issue you can encounter, then you translate it back. Also, like this really important somehow, because like those thread, double thread, and they will encounter somehow that the whole translation become empty, which not will perform then, and after a few time fine tuning, I finally got it right. Maybe I just share with you. I'm not really great at Python at all. From those most of the screen, I just let AI to generate for me. I think the model probably gonna load finish. Yeah, it load finish. And then I just run this script. What is the name of the script? Maybe then later I will share with you. For the now I done. I just update if the transcription is correct. You don't need to do anything else. If not, you will do the translation. Now it's done. Translate 14 and from Chinese. Yeah. And then I just reopen my game project. I think it is this one. I closing it. I closing the Olima. Otherwise, it's taking too much space on my GPU. And you reopen your game, then take a while, quite some while. Okay, it's done. Now you go back. If you don't see the localization dashboard again, go to the tool, localization dashboard, and click on the again. Currently it's on my localization. Now you just translate, you export back. Now you import back. Import this file, simple as that, and then you take quite quickly for important. And after you import the text back, then you need to compile. Yeah, almost done. Then you need to compile the text, and that's it. That's really simple. You just gather the text, add the language you want to add, and export the file, export the translation for the culture file, the .pl file, and then you import back. And that's it. And also just compile test. Then you just done. Compile maybe to a while. So if you like, I can share this script with you. It's really simple. You just you can add all the language you want to add. Based on what basically I just had German, Spanish, French, Japan, Korean, Russia, and so on. And you just add, if you have need more language, you just in Unreal Engine you just add new more language. You can even ask AI to fill it for you. And then simple. This host is basically, I think everyone is on the same page. If you want to change it, I think you really just can change it on the Olima desktop. And the model, first of all you're gonna need to download it. You just click on the Olima and you pick the model you want to download, just download it, and we'll just download into your storage. Yeah, and okay, it's compiled. Now if you go back to this simple UI, currently it's English. If you try the Chinese simple or Chinese traditional, somehow I think it doesn't work. I think probably gonna explore all the languages as well. Otherwise it doesn't work well. I trying to change it inside this. It does not work very well, I think. But I have. Well, you can. If you like to see, I have other UI. I think in core UI. In, for example, a menu. This how it done in English, in Spanish, in French, and in German, etc. So and also how to change it inside again. Well, basically it's in the setting menu, and currently in my project, I'm gonna need to find, maybe I can take. Okay, I finally find the UI for language. Basically, is you create a setting or front end setting, then you can just create option, or you can set all the language, and you can it's quite different from that. You basically you just using second language and look at all second language, then passing the language you want to set, like EN, ES Russia, FR stand for French, I think, DS stand German, J stand for Japan. You basically is like this setting correspond to different language. You just setting, and in the setting you, if you pick which language you set, you based on the index, and then you set the current language. You call this open callable function, and then you down for you to change the whole language. Well, from testing, if you just pay in this editor level, it doesn't work. You're gonna need to change it to standalone game. In this case, it will. I don't know why. Somehow that's what it does. Only you need to pay testing in stand game level. Yeah, basically that's how I do the whole localization for my indie game. If you like the video, please get a like. I will really appreciate that. And I also think I will share this script with in GitHub. You can probably can find in the description in this video. And if you like the video and find interesting, maybe you can check out my game. Well, I think I made some mistake from my first game. Well, you try to make something big, then it turns out you cannot do that from just a solo indie game. It's just impossible. Like you try to, like literally you try to make what game, like The Last of Us, Resident Evil. I based on this kind of style. I play a lot. Those are my favorite game. And you trying to not copy, just like see the mechanic what it had, and then you're trying to make it alive. It's just not for indie. But so I learned my lesson, and now I'm working on my second project, which not currently still not out on this thing yet, but we will pretty soon. I will see you around. If you like the video and subscribe me, I will continue update. If the viewer got more, I will continue update more how I create this game in really short period of time. And thanks for if you push my game, and I really appreciate that. But even though it's not really great, I think it's definitely not great. I admit it. Anyway, thanks for watching.